Next on Be More to Do More podcast.
So today we're going to talk about the 4 mental enemies.
Mental enemies, whole lot of enemies.
As a leader,
Okay.
you're going to be building something.
Okay.
Whether it's a team,
Okay.
whether it's a business, whether
Right.
it's whatever it is, right? During this building phase, you're going to have some things that's going to happen. I want to make sure that every single person that can listen to my voice today is prepared for the things that's coming your way, because it is coming.
Yeah.
Doobies, it is coming. So I'm about to get him off the board. So the first enemy is rejection.
Man, what? Especially in network marketing, bro.
Sound like you don't got some strong rejection story.
Hey, man, I was with Amway. You know, Amway is the oldest. My grandparents' know about Amway. So think about the reputation that came with it. We had to, like, disguise it. I couldn't say Amway, man, you know, hey, would you like to hear a business opportunity? You know,
Let's talk about it. When the last time you told somebody keep their head up cause you concerned about them. Stick and move, we can get it done. Call it unity, it ain't no way around it. Cultivating, we get motivation from the big guy. We don't play about them. Going hard for the game, showing love, don't tolerate hate around it. Sticking to keeping it real, we never keep up with the scope. Wanna be more than do more than most. Wanna be more than do more than most.
This episode is brought to you by Lucilla's Cleaning Service, where your cleanliness is our business. Now, this company specializes in commercial and residential cleaning. So if you want a free quote, be sure to reach out to their website at www.lucillascleaningservice.com.
what's happening, people? Welcome back to Be More to Do More podcast, where we help you to become the person you need to become to do the things you're called to do. Your boy Tone in the building. And
Henry Allen Harton.
the what?
Third.
Don't forget the
3.
y'all know how we do it, man. Every week, every Tuesday, one day at a time, man. One day we shine, man. But anyway, what's up? What's up, bro? what we got for today?
Today. We're going to talk to some leaders today. I know I feel like we had a couple episodes that kind of...
What's that?
I don't know. I want to do some teaching today. I guess.
Teaching?
I just want to do some real teaching today.
All right. Where you get this teaching from, man?
So I got it from my career in network marketing.
Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
Okay.
So of course, network marketing, man, it's a lot of different things that go on. A lot of different things that you have to learn.
Right.
A lot of different things, but this particular lesson that we're gonna go through,
Okay.
or conversation that we're gonna have today,
Okay.
I think it applies to any type of leadership.
I definitely agree.
So
Right.
So today we're gonna talk about the 4 mental enemies.
Mental enemies, whole lot of enemies. Come on, man. Let's go, man. Let's go.
So all right. So as a leader,
Okay.
you're going to be building something.
Okay.
Whether it's a team,
Okay.
whether it's a business, whether
Right.
it's whatever it is, right?
Okay.
You're building,
We're building.
and during this building phase, I guess during not even phase, but just during building at all, just
Right.
in your entire
Right.
business or your leadership, you're gonna have some things that's gonna happen. And I want to make sure that every single person that can listen to my voice today is prepared for the things that's coming your way, because it is coming.
Yes.
Doobies, it is coming. So I'm about to get him off the boards. All right, I'm about to get him off the boards. So the first enemy.
Okay.
The first enemy is rejection.
Reject.
People will not want to hear what you're offering.
Man, what?
Not only will they not want to hear what you're offering, they're going to reject you disrespectfully.
Man, what? Especially in network marketing, bro.
Like, you trying to sell me something? What? No.
Back in network, bye.
You sound like you don't got some strong rejection story.
Hey, man, I was with Amway. Amway is the oldest.
Yeah.
Amway is the OG, man. So, like, my grandparents know about Amway. So think about the reputation that came with that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We had to, like, disguise it. Like, hey, I'm with Amway. We couldn't say that.
Right.
So, yeah, of course, man. I definitely know.
Man, wouldn't even let you get it out if you just said Amway.
Nah, I couldn't say Amway, man. I couldn't even say network marketing. So, hey, would you like to hear business opportunity? That type of thing. You feel me? Like, not even that. How would you like to make extra money apart from going to school? That type of thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
I think it was was it Mario that was he did the thread.
Oh, you saw that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Link in my bio.
Yeah. That was funny.
Yeah.
I don't know his ad. I wish I could add him, but I don't know his ad. So shout out to him. It was because that's what people do though. People have you have to understand that and I'm not just network marketing, right? Just people don't like getting sold to.
Yeah, that's true.
And if you got somebody that if the way that you're communicating your message,
right?
And it's even before you even sell your first product or before you even start, you might be telling somebody about your idea that you have to start this business or to
right.
This vision that you have to take the organization to the next level, right? Whatever it is, if you don't communicate that message in the right way, people are not even going to listen to you.
That's true. Man, I see one thing I learned from network marketing is that I'm not a salesman, but I am a salesman.
Okay.
It's just that the style of selling that they, are or were, there's still multi-level marketers out there?
Yeah, it's just a little bit.
Okay, okay.
It's probably still $1 trillion industry.
Yeah. I ain't been approached at Starbucks or Barnes & Noble in a while, so I don't know. That's why I used to do contacted. But anyway, where was I going, man? My style of selling is different. You know what I mean? I'm more value-based selling versus, hey, would you like to see, I have to add value first before I sell anything, so, yeah. But
there's two ways to sell, in my opinion, right? You sell it hey, you should get this, almost it's just that salesy type vibe. Right. But then I call it relationship selling. Right. And that's how I sell through service. Right. And I just believe that that you, like you said, you should be providing value. You should be talking about the benefits of why somebody would purchase what you want to have. Right. Talk to their pain points. Right. So, if you're, I don't know, selling microphones, right? Hey, do you feel like your voice should be heard further than just the people that's in your household, right? Or whatever it is, right?
There are some people out there that sold me things that necessarily didn't sell me things. So they didn't sell to me. I was sold. You know what I mean? Yeah. Based upon the value and the knowledge and information that they had. So okay, being in media, right? So you have to buy a whole lot of gear, but there's a whole lot of gear out here. So you have to know what's better than what's good for what you're doing, this and that and other. And there are influencers or thought leaders out there who would position a product and just go based upon the information and cater to what you need specifically. And you were sold. They didn't even have to sell it to you. Right. You know what I mean? You just sold. And that's the type of selling I like, man.
You ever been to Sam's and got a free sample? So true story. We're in Sam's getting ready for the 4th. And we're going to get some stuff. I can't remember what we got. But we walked past the little stand, the person that did with the stand. Right. And they got these pancakes.
Okay.
So we end up tasting these pancakes. My wife was like, "Oh, these are good. Oh, they got the maple syrup and everything." So we went and got everything that came with it and bought it. Right. Off of not even.
You wasn't even thinking.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like the money, and that's effective. That's effective selling. But right. But people are gonna reject you.
Right. That's true. That's
just
true.
part of it.
That's
people
true.
are going to. They're going to reject you.
Right.
So it's unfortunate.
Man, I wish I had a story to tell you, but I had so many rejections. I ain't got a story. I just remember, man, my perspective was changed based upon those type of things when it comes to rejection. I forgot who it was. It was one of my uplines. He was a diamond, or they were diamonds. They would always say, get through the no's to get to the yeses.
Yeah.
The more no's you get, that yes is like right there. You know what I mean? So it kind of caused me to overcome my fear of no and just accepting it. Like, okay, cool, that's one no. All right, that's another no. Because I used to go out to like schools and just go outside of the school and just start contacting. Hey, you know, you want to hear? You want
like a middle school?
No,
or like I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Shout out to Georgia Gwinnett College. I used to go to Georgia Gwinnett College or whatever. Just go out there on the campus, and just walk around with a shirt tie on, and you know what I mean.
It's 90 degrees out there. Yeah.
Real talk. I forgot about this. Even before that, though, it's crazy how God prepare you to do certain things. When I first got out, right? You know, when I say got out, you know, the county. I didn't go to prison or nothing. I was only in there a week. But you know, I couldn't find a job, you know, because I had some on my record or whatever. But it was just marketing. I said, okay, I want to learn marketing. We're looking for marketers, you know. So I joined this marketing company, not knowing it was a company that you would have to go out and sell toys.
Toys?
Toys.
You know, I thought you were about to say. I thought you were about to say knives, but yeah.
No, they had like, it was all type of products. You had toys. You had like, they might have like, I believe they just went to Walmart back stock or something like that, and just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, hey, listen, you know, so I had to learn to go out and talk to people. That like I was horror, like I was scared. I was so scared to do that, man. But yeah, man, I think that got me to the multi-level marketing where I was out contacting and. No, I'm good. And you know, those students, they are mean, bro.
Yeah,
especially when they have no coffee, man. They mean, bro.
They have no coffee.
I'm good. Well, I should have had you, bro. You know what I mean?
I could have given the coffee.
Got the coffee, right?
You pitch them on the toys.
Right. So, yeah. But
was that the... Wait a minute. Did you have like a box? Like a cardboard box?
Yeah.
Bro, I swear I remember. Oh, man, I forgot about them people.
Yeah.
So they used to come, dang. They used to drive from Atlanta.
Right.
And they would come down to like Macon.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, like, and they were like, walk, and I actually bought something from.
Hold on, how long ago was this?
This was like 2014, 2015. Okay.
Nah, I was out then.
You was out by then?
I was in it 2007 and 8.
Oh wow, wow! So they had done pushed themselves. Like we used to have. I remember because I used to be like, oh yeah, I might prospect them for my business. But you know,
yo, I used to get approached all the time by like brokers. They be like, dude, I know if you can sell toys.
Right.
I know you can sell this.
Is that how you got in real estate?
No, but I thought about it. Yeah. You know, but no, that's not how. But yeah, man, that's what. So I was kind of. They kind of like that kind of molded me to, it gave me thick skin, man, or whatever. So, yeah.
So I guess the way that you overcome rejection is you tell your story to enough people.
Yeah.
Like you got to tell your story to enough people, and maybe that's not 100% accurate because if you have an idea,
right?
If you have a product that you're selling a product. Tell your story to enough people, you'll win.
Right.
If you have an idea, the way that you overcome rejection is you don't tell anybody about your idea.
I tell you.
Except people somebody that's gonna like. But you gotta be careful though, because like if you don't have anybody that you know that's gonna like fully accept, you know, what you got going on or, you know, whatever it is.
Right.
Then you gotta hold that. You gotta hold that dear to yourself. In my opinion,
you do. That's like a baby, man, because you don't want to abort too soon.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Because they'll like it's almost like this. It's like a story in the Bible about like thorns in
the side. Yeah.
No, not thorns in the side.
Okay.
It's like they planted something.
Oh yeah.
And then it got plucked out by the birds. I remember Jim Rohn saying something about it. Right.
Right.
But yeah, like. If you throw your idea out there too fast to the wrong person,
right?
They'll kill your idea, and you know, to the point where you just like, I don't think this is for me no more.
Yeah, that's true. You got to be. Yeah, I think. Okay, what's the worst that can happen if somebody tell you no?
What's the worst that can happen
if somebody tell you no?
Your feelings get hurt. That's it. Literally, like it doesn't do anything. Like somebody tells you no, it's an ego. Your ego gets hit.
That's it.
Oh, we're gonna talk about ego later on. But yeah, like
that's it.
Your ego gets hit. That's it.
That's it. That's the worst that can happen.
Yeah.
And for you, it's really a good thing because now you're more prone to that rejection. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. So you're not gonna die and go to the hospital. Somebody say no.
Yep.
Man, I kid you not. I had to go through in Amway, Gwinnett Technical College. Was it Gwinnett, Georgia College? Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I went through like 100 no's before I met Cody.
Who is Cody?
Cody, he was my downline. This dude's making bread now. Like Army, Navy, cool guy. He reminds me of Vin Diesel, one of the white guys who just like totally black. You know what I mean?
One of the white guys.
Yeah,
totally
just
black.
like so cool. You know what I mean? But
shout out to Cody.
Cody, that's
Doing
my
his
boy,
thing.
man. Like I went through so many, and when he told me yes, I was shocked. I was like, because I'm expecting him to know. And he was like, and Cody, he used to talk like kind of slow. He was like, well, yeah, I'll take a look. And I'm like, what? I didn't even know what to do.
Right.
Because he said, I was like, wait. And I had to call my upline, Duran Fulton, who I talked about. And I was Duran, bro. He said, yeah, I don't know what to do now.
I don't know what to do.
I've never
been down this road before, Duran. Help me out.
I got a yes. But anyway, man, yeah, that's that.
This is the last thing I want to say on rejection. I agree with you that you got to go out, but like you should also be learning from the no's too.
Definitely.
Because you talked about what's the worst thing that can happen, right? Well, what's the best thing that can happen?
Right.
You can learn why they told you no in the first place.
See, I wish I would have known that back then because I was just pushing. Okay.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. In multi-level marketing, they don't tell you to learn from the no.
Right.
They tell you just go through the no to get to the yes.
Right.
So it's not like
it needs to be qualified people you're talking to too.
Yeah, and
like you don't need to just talk to just I went to I talked to this 95-year-old grandmama that like that's not your target market.
Not your target audience. So I went to a college school because I wanted somebody young. You know what I mean? And I should have went to like a business type of something, but I was just out there talking, man. But I didn't learn from the no's. Yeah, to bring back to your point.
Yeah, yeah, you got to learn from them.
Yeah.
So learn from the no's,
right? Or
get told no as many times as possible if you have a product,
right?
But learn from the no's. Ask them, hey, you know what? Why did you tell me no today? Yeah, like ask them. What's the worst that's gonna happen?
I just don't have the time. That's number one. You know, but what I'm thinking, well, never mind. Go ahead, because I just lost my thought just that quick.
Boom, there you go.
No.
Okay.
I lost it. Anyway, go ahead.
Thought I had it. All right, so.
Oh, that's what I was going to say.
You can do it. There we go.
Okay. So, because even, in leadership, right, you're going to have rejection, but also as an entrepreneur, bro, if you can't take no, like, entrepreneurship is just not for you.
Right.
When I look at them numbers, and them numbers tell me no.
They're saying not right now.
They're saying no. Figure something else out. You know what I mean? So like, if you don't learn from that, you know what I mean? You're gonna die. Not like die.
No, yeah.
Your business is gonna die or whatever. So.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Second mental enemy.
Enemies, got a lot of enemies. What is it, man? What we got?
Deception.
Woohoo!
People are going to lie to you.
Okay. Oh, let me see what
they're gonna tell you. Hey, man, come. I got you on Thursday. Come see me on Thursday. I get paid on Thursday.
Yeah.
I got you. You can call them on Thursday. They don't pick up your phone call. They gonna lie to you, bro. Like it's part of it, man. It's part of it.
Must I say that I'm one of those people? Nah, real talk. I'm working on it though, man.
Walk me through it. What you would do?
Oh my gosh, I'm just one of those people.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I won't say that I'm one now because I'm more intentional with what you put into the world, you're gonna get back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for so long, I would do it, but then get offended when it happened to me. But then I realized, yo, you know, the Bible say either yay or nay.
Yeah.
No or okay. I'm struggling with that too, the yay or nay.
Okay.
But versus telling a person, yeah, no, I'm like, yeah, I'll check it out. And then, you know,
You never check it out.
I never check it out. Never show up.
Do you have the intention to check it out?
No.
No, you just get them out your face.
No, just give it out there. But like I said, I'm more intentional now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, it's not like now I know that it's there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know it's there. So when it shows up, like, nah, I'm good. You know, because I know I'm not interested.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna put the energy into it. So I'm gonna have to reject you. You know what I mean? And it's not that I'm not taking shots at you or what you need. It may be valuable to me, but I just don't have the mental capacity or the energy or the time to even look at. I don't want to.
List.
Yeah, it's not on my priority. I don't want to. So just leave me alone, okay? But anyway,
I had a guy come up to me the other day, and I saw him walking, but you know you don't really pay attention to somebody. Like you say them, but like it's like
right.
I'm pumping gas, and then like kind of came up on me like, whoa, hey, calm down. But he was like, and he didn't. I guess he didn't speak English well. But he was essentially asking me for some money.
Okay.
And I kind of lied to him a little bit. I feel kind of bad.
You told a little white lie?
A little white lie. Because like normally I don't carry cash on me.
Right.
Like I'm not like, but I keep like maybe like $5 or $10 or $20 bill in my wallet.
Right.
Just in case I want to get like some boiled peanuts,
some fries
on the side of the road. You know, somebody selling some watermelon or something.
Right.
So I kind of told him, I told him I ain't have it because I really don't have it for him.
Yeah.
I got it for me. You know,
but that's not a lie.
but yeah, but you know, it could be right. Sorry, man, you know.
But I do get what you mean though, as far as like, so in network marketing, like, okay, so you get the yes. Let's use Cody. Let's go back to Cody. Out of all the no's, I did get a few yeses.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sit them down, show them the plan.
Right.
Hey, we're having a meeting Monday. Hey, come to the meeting. Oh, okay, I'll be there.
I'll be there.
Then Monday comes.
Yeah, I got 3 guests coming today.
Yeah. I contacted 100 people. I got about 5 or 10 guests coming today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Look, that day come. They said that they come.
Now you out there looking like a liar.
Yeah, right. But Cody showed up.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, oh, what's next?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, people gonna lie, man. People gonna lie, and I think sometimes, man, it's this is the part where you can really start to lose relationships with people, right? Because like you've introduced this thing to your family members, your friends,
right?
You told them, or even you know, again in leadership, you communicated this vision, right? They're like, oh yeah, we gonna do it, we gonna kill it, right? And you got the plan put together, and you know, you go out to you look at the scoreboard,
right? It's not happening, and
like what, like.
It's not.
No, why we 30%? Like we should be at 80% by now. Like what we doing? Like
right.
Why are we not? You know, and like, and sometimes people lie unintentionally.
That's true.
Right. Sometimes they have the intention to do well, but it's not in their capacity.
Yeah, it's not. What you said something key on JTNS. It's not in their makeup. Or yeah, something like that. Yeah. You said something to the point where it's not something that their character can sustain.
Oh yeah. So like that's why I asked you, like, did you intend to look at it? Because like no. I might tell somebody that I'm gonna check out something. I literally mean like I really want to check it out.
Get it right.
But I got so many other things that are going on, like,
right.
And I think that's another thing, right? Is like, and I guess even in like for you leaders, give your leadership some type of, leeway as well, because,
That's true.
You may feel like this is an emergency to you, or it's a high important item to you.
Right.
But it may not be a high important item for that person.
Right.
And you got to be okay with them telling you, yeah, they're going to do it. And maybe they didn't do it. I don't necessarily think it's okay, me personally, but I'm just saying though, like,
grace
to overcome.
Have some grace.
Yeah, have some grace.
Yeah.
Give them some grace, of like, you know what? I know that wasn't their intentions.
Right.
Because if you don't give them that grace, then that's when again the relationship starts to sour a little bit, because now you're holding this resentment against them versus seeing their heart versus you're looking at the action they did and they didn't come through for.
You feel it's deceptive.
Yeah, you feel it's deceptive.
Right.
So you want to make sure that as a leader, you don't do people like that. Number one, I guess.
Right.
But two, if it's done to you, don't ruin the relationship.
Right. I think
that.
In that regard, then communication, conversations make up for that. You know what I mean? Because perception is everything. Mm-hmm. They may feel that you was being deceptive, but I got all of this. You got to say I got all of this.
Right.
What you're saying is like, your stuff is not important. Hey, forgive me. Charge my mind, not my heart. I really meant it. I just have a lot on my plate. Yep. You know what I mean? Just like a conversation. You know what I mean? I just forgot. And I don't know if many subordinates would do that, but but I'm just saying, leaders, again, going back to the last podcast, we are held accountable at a higher level and a higher status, because of course, too much is given, much is required.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because you may be leading leaders.
Right.
A lot of you guys are leading leaders.
That's true. Right.
So they, what you feel like is important, and they might find it important too, but they just don't have the capacity to be successful at it today.
That's true. True. That's true.
Moving on to the third one.
Well, I got one more on deceptive, because the thing is with deception, entrepreneurship, right? Mm-hmm. Always going back to entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Sometimes you may reach out to a client or reach out to a potential client. They may say, yeah, we're going to do this, but they don't do this. That may discourage you to quit.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think multi-level marketing gave me the ability to get thick skin when it comes to that, because I almost expect it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm like, oh, okay. Maybe, like we talked about, maybe they didn't see the value. Right. And they just don't want to say no. Right. You know what I mean? Right. So, okay, cool. I guess we're going to the next one. Follow up. But anyway.
Yeah, well, So, before we go to the next one, so like follow up piece, right? Because the fortune is in the follow up, right? That's true. That's what you always hear, right? True. The fortune is in the follow up, because at that point in time, it may be a lie, but all lies are not created equal. Right. So they may have just not checked it out. Like we used to follow up. We give somebody a sample of coffee, right? And we'll have to follow up to see if they drunk it, right? Right. And this is where you can't get too much in your head. Okay. Because like you may feel like, because that happens so many times, right? You can get discouraged because like, dang man, like I keep getting rejected, right? But I finally got somebody to say yes, and then I follow up with them. They say they ain't tried the coffee yet, right? Like, but that's everybody saying that. Yeah, yeah. Everybody saying, not everybody literally, but like, and it's like, dang, like I'm not even gonna call this next person and follow up because, or they say they haven't. Okay, what's a good day to follow back up? I ain't even gonna follow back up because I think they lied to me the first time. they probably did try to call. They just didn't want to hurt my feelings. They ain't gonna pick up the phone anyway. Well, I'm gonna call them anyway. I'm gonna call them again for what? You just talked your own self. Right. You talk your own exactly. Yeah, right. Yeah, So you do have to maintain that mental stability. Right. Again, understanding that people are gonna lie and that's okay. You got to follow up until they tell you not to follow up anymore. That's true. That was the biggest thing that I had to learn. Right. Like going into then in network marketing was I would talk myself out of like not pursuing the second follow up or the like, man, I ain't trying to do nothing. Right. I'm gonna go to the next person. So is it safe to say that doubt? Yeah, 100%.
which is believing a narrative
Yeah.
that don't even exist
Right.
versus believing what could.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Anyway.
So you gotta continue to believe that it's good, that it's for you, right? So
Right.
follow up until somebody tells you, don't call me no more.
Look.
Or continue to until they tell you that, until you get the truth, right?
Right.
Like, man, you know what? I know we said we're gonna do this, but man, honestly, we ain't even did this. You know, we have in my company we have a customer service plan,
Right.
and no matter what, the score just came out too, but no matter what,
Just reminded yourself.
somebody can tell me they doing something all day long, right?
Right.
But the reality of it is, these scores ain't gonna lie.
What does it say?
You know, they don't lie,
Right.
and because the plan works, right? And if you don't work the plan the right way, at the end of the day, you're not gonna get the result that you want to get. So
That's true.
you do have to continue to follow up until the truth comes out.
That's
and
true.
that truth could be, man, I didn't do everything that I needed to do.
Man,
this past month.
you was selling coffee, man. Lucky I was selling soap.
Huh?
I was
I was selling soap too. We had soap.
Y'all had soap?
We had soap.
Coffee soap?
And that OG soap was legit. Because you got to remember, our core product wasn't coffee.
What was it?
It was the mushroom inside of the coffee.
Oh yeah.
So they put the mushroom in different things. It was legit though. That soap was legit.
Was it that? We had a soap this big.
It was
It
big.
lasted 2 weeks. Real talk, bro. But anyway.
Number 3. The third mental enemy.
What we got?
Apathy.
Apathy.
People will lose sight of the original vision,
Right.
and they will get distracted, right? They'll get distracted by the original vision. So, again, so you went through rejection,
Right.
And I don't know if this stuff is supposed to go together, but like it's supposed to flow together. In my opinion, it does. So,
Right.
or in my example, because I'm a thought leader, it's gonna go together, right? You got through the rejection, right? You got
Right.
9 no's for that 10th person to say yes,
Right.
right? Or you went through 99 no's for that 100th person to say yes.
5 said they was coming to the
depending on your
meeting.
skill set, right?
Yeah.
5 of them said they were coming to the meeting.
Right.
1 showed up, right?
Right,
You
right.
with the lies, you got, you follow back up with them, right?
Right.
Now you get to the point they get started with you, and then they get distracted. Life happens.
Right. Right.
Life happens. Their cat has to, get neutered, or they got a vacation coming up, and it's the same day as the day of an event they're supposed to go to.
Right.
Like, life happens,
Right.
and so now they get distracted, and they lose that vision. They're still with you, but they're not as engaged.
Wait, is that apathy?
It's apathy. They're not. I would say, in my opinion, right. This is how I would word apathy. The level of engagement has dropped. They were excited about getting started.
Right.
Maybe they started going through some of their own process of rejection and deception.
Wait, hold on. Is that apathy or
It's apathy.
What's the difference? Okay.
We're gonna get there.
Okay.
We're gonna get there.
'Cause it seems similar.
It seems similar, but apathy is lack of engagement, right? It's
Okay.
not.
Okay.
It's not. It's not leaving. It's the
So it just seems like it's doubt, right?
Yeah.
Like they feel like it ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I had that, bruh, with Amway. That's why I'm not with. Okay. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Because and I give you an example, right? Like I can care less about someone's retention numbers,
Right.
and how many people they retain on their team, if your team is not engaged and if they're not happy with where they are.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't care. Because if they just coming to work just to come to work, what we doing? It doesn't make sense to do that.
What are we doing this for?
So
Yeah.
how do you get that person back engaged? Like, what are you gonna do to get them, to get them bought into the vision, one, of the company, but more importantly, of themselves? Because they say yes to this opportunity, or they say yes to being in this company for a reason. They put in an application to work here.
Right.
Right. You didn't do that for them.
Yeah, that's
right. They said in an interview and told
I
them.
feel like you're
told
talking to
themselves.
me, bro. Like, golly,
But that's
bro.
what they told. They said in the interview and said, all the great things that they can do.
I bet if my boss heard you talk, my old boss, he'd be looking at me like, mm-hmm. If y'all don't know, man, I quit multiple jobs, but okay.
but you did that. They didn't tell you to apply. They didn't tell you to sit down in this interview. They didn't tell you to sell me on what you can do.
Nah, you're right.
You said that you can do that.
You're right.
So now it's my job as your leader is to get you back engaged to all the things that you said was true.
How would you do that?
Oh, it's a few different things, man. Like,
how would you do that?
I mean, it depends on your environment, I guess.
Okay.
Right. If I'm in my network marketing days, right?
Right.
What you think the first thing would be?
To get me engaged?
Yep.
Give me a CD?
Yes.
Bring me to a conference?
Yep. But before you get to the conference,
books?
You gotta because what you're listening to,
right,
is not conducive to your success.
Right.
So the first thing I'm gonna try to figure out, who's in your ear.
Right. Right.
Who have you been listening to on why that you can't achieve the success that you originally set out to achieve?
What you mean? Y'all Jeezy, bro. Motivation. What, man?
Can't be. You can't be. Because if you listen to Jeezy, like we talked about in the previous, like if you listen to Jeezy,
break this soap down in bags,
you're gonna be good, right? But you probably listen to Youngboy. Nothing against Youngboy.
I don't know.
But Youngboy ain't talking about
yeah,
whatever, right?
Yeah.
I don't know about Youngboy.
No, I mean, I get it. It's just that, see, I'm stuck here because I've been this person numerous times.
Mm-hmm.
And been many teams and companies I disengaged with.
Mm-hmm.
But only because I realized that it wasn't for me.
Okay.
That wasn't the tool that was going to get me to where I wanted to be.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like, okay, I need to give this dude some more tapes. Because my uplines tried that. Like the Runs them upline.
Mm-hmm.
They saw that I was like, they started giving me CDs and you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, nah, bruh. This ain't the tool.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? This ain't it. So it was more like that for me.
Okay.
You know.
So that's one part, right? So that's the first part is changing who you listen to, right? And I think you got to ask questions to people too, right?
That's true.
You can't just like give them a tape or give them some audio or like you got to figure out, okay, what is causing the disengagement?
Right. See, that's true. That's an ultimate leader.
Mm.
Because now you're looking at the person and you're not looking at the results or you're not looking at the mission itself.
Mm-hmm.
Because is this mission suitable for this person?
Right.
Does it match this person's character? Does it match this person's needs?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Does this person belong? Because if not, then you just give them that ultimatum.
That's ultimatum. Me personally, right? I don't necessarily believe that like someone came. And some people, again, that's what they got to be real with themselves, right? They real with themselves because they probably, if it's something I can do, that means you lied to yourself.
That's true.
Because you lied.
That makes sense. Because I wasn't lying to myself. I was lying to them, and then I started lying to myself because I started believing the lie I was telling. Because you remember back a few episodes ago, the reason why I wanted to get into multi-level marketing, because I read Robert Kiyosaki.
Oh yeah.
He said the best way to learn business is to get into a network marketing company. Yeah. My reasoning didn't change. I just forgot my reasoning.
Right.
So my reasoning, my reasoning wasn't to build a successful network marketing business. It was to learn business.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
So find out from the person. Okay, well, what's going on? Talk to me. What's the issue? What's causing the disengagement? Right. But you also, and this is why, and before I hire anybody,
that's true. Yeah.
I always ask them, hey, what would make you quit a job? I asked, I give you a perfect example, man. Story time. I had somebody that I hired. Right. And I asked them that question. Mm-hmm. And they said, poor leadership, the manager is not doing whatever, right? Just poor leadership, right? Right. I was like, okay, well, hey, I can guarantee that you're gonna get great leadership here. In the event that, something comes up, I want you to call me. Right. Right. Because I'm here for you. Right. Right. something came up
They didn't come
with this person, and from their perspective, it was poor leadership on behalf of the manager.
Oh wow.
But guess what?
What?
They stayed true to themselves, and they called me.
Okay.
And hey, Henry, this happened.
Right.
I didn't feel like it could have went this way. I feel like it went this way. Blah blah blah. Whatever.
Right.
Got it. No problem. I have a conversation. We had a conversation. We got it resolved.
Right.
A little bit of misunderstanding. A little bit of just need to be better. Somebody just need to be better. Right. Sometimes it is what it is.
Right.
And that person just got promoted.
Oh. Okay.
But had we not had that understanding up front of what would make them quit, or what would make them disengage, what would make them, whatever.
Right.
When it happened, then this is why we're having this conversation right now on this pod, because you leaders have to understand, my doobies out there, you got to understand that these things are going to come up in your business.
Right.
And you need to go ahead and put parameters in place or things in place or safeguards. So when it does happen, when you do have to deal with rejection, you do have to deal with deception, you do have to deal with apathy, how are you going to deal with those things?
Right. I got a question though.
All right, what you got?
You said, what will make you quit a job?
Mm-hmm.
What if that person don't have self-awareness or just don't know themselves?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm pretty sure there are young adults coming into the market now.
Mm-hmm.
First job. Oh, yeah. I mean, if you're talking to leaders, though.
Yeah.
So, pretty much if they got into that place.
Well, this wasn't a manager.
Okay. So how what if they don't know themselves? How do you, I guess, navigate that situation?
Because people know what they don't like.
Okay.
For the most part, right? Like, people might not know what they want. A lot of people don't know what they want, but they know what they don't want.
Right.
So if you can just don't do what they don't like,
right,
or not do what they don't like, you're already winning.
Okay. What if you do, and you just don't want to change as a leader?
What you mean?
Because you can't suit everybody, especially in leadership, right? So some people might not like your red tie. Just don't wear a red tie. But then the other people might like the red tie.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't wear a blue tie. But the person that don't like the red tie likes the blue tie. But now you got, so how's that work?
Yeah. So, all right, I'm gonna give you my perspective on it.
Come on, man. I'm digging.
You have everybody has non-negotiables.
Okay.
It's not a lot of times.
Gotcha.
A red tie is typically a preference, right?
Makes sense.
But a non-negotiable is they're not gonna have. Not a lot of people are gonna have the same non-negotiables, like,
Makes sense.
or it's not gonna be something that affects it on a day-to-day basis. Like,
Right.
typically, it's gonna be something big and something like a red tie would not be a non-negotiable, because at the end of the day, we wear ties here. So
makes sense. Okay.
And you just don't hire those people.
Oh, gotcha.
Just those people, the people that don't like a color that has a preference of a color of tie, knowing that, hey, we have ties here.
Right.
It's almost like, I did an interview the other day, and I keep doing these. I'm tired of doing interviews, I feel like, but I did an interview the other day, and the person told me, yeah, I can't get to work at this time.
Oh.
Because of this reason. And I'm like, okay, cool.
All right, next.
Why would I hire you when you're telling me that you can't fulfill the requirements of?
Makes sense.
And that's the thing, right? Like, well, I don't feel like we should come here. I don't feel like we should have to get here this early. Blah blah blah. She didn't say that. They didn't say that. I'm just saying though. But that's what happens when you hire somebody that you shouldn't have hired in the first place.
Oh.
That's when you deal with that.
Oh. This is good stuff, man.
You haven't had those. You have to have those upfront conversations on what to expect. When you walk into this door.
Man, that's good stuff, man. That's good stuff. While over here preaching leadership,
I am nothing.
We preaching leadership over here. Be more to do more. Entrepreneurship, man. I just want to say that. What is it? Apathy?
Yeah.
I don't think there's any room for apathy in entrepreneurship. There's no room.
I agree.
No room.
I agree. You can't drift.
No room.
Can't drift, man.
And that's the thing. People come over to this side with on the clock habits. It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know, it just, you gotta keep, you can't have people around you who doubt. You can't have people around you who's going to be in your ear about, you shouldn't, you can't, you know what I mean? Because it's so easy to be deterred.
Yeah.
Robert Kiyosaki said this, that bi-weekly check, it's like crack. When you come over here to like entrepreneurship and you go months and months without getting paid, and you got people in your ear, nah, that ain't gonna work. You still ain't made, how your little business doing? You know what I mean?
Right, how your little business.
You know what I mean?
How your little business. Still do your little coffee thing.
You still selling your little soap?
Oh, boy.
Man, how your little business doing, man? You just really don't have room for that.
Yeah.
And in that case, you might have to get violent. You got to protect the dream at all costs.
Yeah, you do.
Now, real talk, when I say violent, I don't mean like just
not physically.
Yeah, but you really do, man.
Yeah.
You just got to protect it at all costs, because you don't have room for doubt to enter in.
Yeah, 100%.
Because every day you are depending on motivation to do good for your family, and you know, you're just really heavily dependent on your faith.
Right.
You know what I mean? So no room. Even if you employ, you know, I haven't employed anybody yet, so I don't know what's that like, you know, to deal with people who don't have, who's disengaged. But I do know that me and my business, I have no way to be, or what is it, apathy? Or have no room for apathy.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? It's like you got to know who you're working for.
That's true.
Or working with, however you want to word it. But like in my field or in my company that I work with, right? If you don't have an entrepreneurial mindset, it's not going to work, because like if you take, like you said, if you take a job mentality into entrepreneurship, it's not going to work. But like if you take a job mentality into a career, it's not going to work. A career in entrepreneurship is pretty much the same thing. Like, and not
think so?
Not like by definition, but in intent.
Yeah.
Because as an entrepreneur, you got to do all these extra things to advance your business, right?
Right.
And in a career, you got to do all these extra things to advance your carear.
Right.
That you're gonna do. You're gonna have to do things that you don't get paid to do.
Right.
In a career.
That's
right. And but in a job, it's more of a task. Like you're getting paid to do a task. Like if I'm hiring a executive assistant just to answer phone calls, that's what they're doing. They're doing a task. Like that's a job.
Right.
But I can't hire a manager to do a job. No. It's just no. You're doing, like, you have to do more. Like your whole I guess makeup of your job title, or what your work, I guess, it involves things that may be outside of what you would normally do, like clean toilets. You ever had to clean a bathroom before?
Yeah, of course.
You know?
I used to work it. Bro, that was the easiest job I ever had, bro.
Cleaning the bathrooms?
Yeah, man. I got paid too for it.
Was that your primary title?
Well, being a day porter?
I don't know what a day porter is.
A custodian.
Oh, okay.
I did that for a few years, man.
I feel like you don't have like 100,000 jobs.
I did. I did. Real talk. No, I did. That's why. I have a lot of experience, man.
Yeah.
I've been through, like, from that to banking to corporate to business, but I always, in between jobs, I quit and then go back to some, quit, go back to some, quit. Like, it's always entrepreneurship thrown in there when I quit. So I'm like, I can do this. Now I go back to this, that type of thing. But yeah.
But in short, with apathy, right? Somebody lose their goals and their dreams. First thing you got to do is, again, my opinion is you got to set the table up front. Right. Figure out what's important to them, what values they have. Make sure those values align with your values. Right. Find out, what's their non-negotiables. Right. And that's how you overcome, because if you always have that foundation, then when you plug them into the environment, okay, what books are you listening to?
Right.
Let me give you this audio, this book to help you out. Let me get you to an event. Let me get you to a training. Right. Let me get you whatever. Right. And you pull them. Those things will start to work.
Right.
If you know the person that you're dealing with before you hire them or before you start working with them.
Right. So can you easily fire them people?
I don't like to fire people, man.
Oh, man.
I prefer not to fire somebody. I prefer, because if we got the foundation right, then why would I have to fire you? I shouldn't have to fire you.
So what if I disengage because it's just not me no more?
You lied to yourself. Because again, I'm in business.
Here you go. Not too many people know this about themselves because they're on a path to learning who they are.
Yeah.
So some people, they may have been. They can make this work, but it's just not who they are.
Yeah, I mean, you have people that, man, you know what? I just can't commit to coming to work.
Right.
I can't do nothing about that. Right. Bye. You know,
they got to see my expression because that's crazy, bro.
Bye. Right.
Oh man.
Or if oh man, you know what? My family was in the medical industry, and I want to be in the medical industry. I want to help people, take blood from, and give and donate blood, whatever. Right.
Right.
I can't do nothing for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. But that's my fault. If I didn't discover that you were passionate about that in the interview, that's my fault.
What about even if they're on your team, just learning that about them? Because it may in your lead, because here's the thing. Here's what I believe, in my opinion. You can't get them to, okay, I believe that if you know your people, Vo said this, know your people. If you know your people, you get to learn your people. You can be a leader that can bring that out of them that would help them in their next career. So if they see that you're passionate about what they're passionate about, they may turn around and engage in what you got going on.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
100%.
Like just finding that intersection.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you want to be in the medical field, but in the medical field, you're gonna have to do this. Here, you're gonna have to do this.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Like,
and being that I'm your leader, you get better at this, then I won't have no problem writing a recommendation letter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean. And I have people that want to live, they struggle in their career, right? And they feel like entrepreneurship is the way they need to go. Right? And I have to.
You see them habits already, huh?
What do you mean?
Like them habits that you ain't gonna.
Yeah, like that's what I have to express to them is like,
right.
I'm gonna be real with you, bro. If you can't do this, you ain't gonna make it as an entrepreneur.
Right.
Like it's just real. It's just real, man. Like I just got to be real with them at that time. Like,
right. Is that how you say it?
I mean, it depends on who it is.
Think I'm like, why you just don't want me to leave, bro?
They can. I ain't holding nobody hostage, right? Like, because the reality is like right. man. It's too many people that want your spot. That's the reality. You know how many people? Do you know how many people? Let's say if I didn't want to do this podcast with you,
right?
All the stuff we built. You know how easy it'll be, for you to get a replacement person.
I'll just be sad, bro.
It's like
this is Be More to Do More podcast where we help you become.
But I'm just saying, like it's like,
right.
There's somebody wants to be in your seat, and it's okay if you. Hey, I'm gonna communicate with you the way that you want to be communicated to,
right?
And I'm whatever. But like at the end of the day, if you don't feel like this is for you, or that you can do the things that are required to be successful here, and you want to go and do that, right? Man, it is what it is. Because I'm just not built that way to like try to convince. I'm not going to convince you, right? But I'm gonna tell you what's best for you. So
yeah, like, hey, they got to do this in entrepreneurship.
Yeah,
you're not doing that here,
right?
So anyway.
You think you finna go make $100,000 and you don't want to wake up 30 minutes early? Like, What we talking about? I'm just being real, man. Like, what we talking about?
No, that's true.
You know,
That's true.
what we talking about?
That's
like,
true.
no, it don't work that way.
Right.
You ain't finna go out there and, you know, I mean, I have a passion for gaming. I really want to, you know, I want to be a professional Twitcher. Man, you know how much time them folks put in that stuff?
A lot.
They put a lot more hours than you put in your career right now.
That's dedication.
Well, if I was twitching, then I'd be passionate about it, and I was no, you won't. Now you lying to yourself.
Because it still requires some discipline, which is something that you don't have right.
Because now you got the option to stay in the bed. Because you're at home, you got the option to stay in the bed or not.
Oh, see, and here's the thing about entrepreneurship, man. Like, if you don't have that discipline, like to get up, you ain't gonna have it.
Right.
You know.
Right.
What I mean? Well, I ain't gonna say you ain't gonna have
but I like playing the game though. Like that's my passion is playing the game.
Okay, bro.
What happens when you get tired of playing the game though? Because eventually everything has a expiration date or whatever, right?
That's true.
We potting, but you know eventually I can talk all day.
Right.
But eventually I'm gonna get to a point where, man, you know what? I'm a little sleepy. but if you ain't reached your goals as an entrepreneur,
You got to do it.
you gotta stay in. You gotta stay locked in. Why you think academics be falling asleep and stuff on? You know what I'm saying? Like he be on the. Come on, like that's like. He committed to it. He tired of doing that.
Yeah, that's true.
I would imagine, right? I don't know him, but
I remember, quick story. I know we got to move on. Quick story. Before I started my media business, I used to wake up before work and just go to like Arabia Mountain. It's like a park here in Georgia, whatever. Get some footages of the mountain, the trees. You know what I mean? Put together a little montage.
mm-hmm.
And I'm like, man, I'd love to do this full time.
Mm-hmm.
It was so refreshing.
Yeah.
Bruh. 2.5 years later, bruh. I'm just saying, because now doing it full time requires some discipline.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how much passion you have. If you ain't got no discipline, and then to consistently do it because you're doing it for your business now to make income, you're gonna get tired of it.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then another thing is too is that it ain't 8 hours a day. You got 12.
Right.
You know, 14.
Right.
And throw a baby in there. You're like, oh, gosh. Like, anyway.
You gotta do it until the jog is done.
Right.
And it don't just cause 5 o'clock hit don't mean you can stop no more.
Right.
That's the reality, man.
And the weekends, but yeah. So
I you got me a little fired up right there, man. I had to, you know.
All fired up.
All jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Oh, Mountain Dew.
But all right, let's move on to the last one. Dang, we are almost an hour in. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Already.
This is why we started. The last one is why we started it. This topic.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll see how long this goes, but attrition.
I didn't know what that was when we first told me. Attrition? Who is that?
People are going to quit.
Okay.
People are going to leave you.
Okay.
You're gonna, as a entrepreneur, as a leader, you're gonna have to deal. All my doobies out there. Doobies. You're gonna have to deal with people quitting on you.
Okay.
And I give you a story time.
Story.
Oh man.
Sounds
a little therapeutic, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. Talk to me, man. All we need is a couch and a pillow.
Like I said earlier, right?
Uh-huh.
If you don't feel like this is for you, it is what it is.
Right.
But the problem that I have, it is, I guess it's like all of them tied together, right? The rejection, the I guess it's more so like the deception.
Right.
And this is something I got to get better at dealing with attrition.
Okay.
Because like, I believe that you should still be able to be friends, even though you don't do the same thing anymore. Right. I got plenty of people that that I'm when I was in OG, obviously I'm not in OG anymore. I'm still close to those people. Right. Yeah. Right. I was in high school at one point. Right. I'm not in high school anymore. I still got people there. Right. And I got people in my current company that are no longer in the company that I'm still close friends with. Right. Right. And or people I can still call and whatever. Right. But the part of me that with attrition that I have not yet to master, that I guess one day I will, is when somebody like tells me one thing and then it's like a whole different thing. Like, so I'll give you a story time, right?
Story.
I hired this guy, and sometimes you just got to go with your gut, but
Right.
like, but I felt like even though I was like, I don't know if he gonna be like, he was too nice of a guy.
Oh.
You ever met somebody like just too nice of somebody,
Yeah.
like just too nice?
Yeah, myself, man. Go ahead.
No. You got This like just that, you know, you ever met like somebody that's like super churchy,
Right.
And like no matter what's going on, it's positive. Like it's just
Praise the Lord.
yeah, it's like yeah, it's like it's just
Yeah.
like he was that guy.
Okay.
In our industry, we deal with a lot of people that don't intend to see us.
Okay.
So because they may have had an accident, they may have had, you know, something go on to where their car broke down or whatever it is.
Right.
And they're coming in our business to get a vehicle, and we may not have it right then and there because we didn't know that they had an accident 5 minutes ago.
Makes sense.
Right.
Right.
So you have to communicate with them in a certain way, right? And honestly, he didn't have the best management team at the time to put him in the best situations to be successful, unfortunately.
Right.
And that's on me, right? Because I let it happen, right? The manager that I had there, you know,
Sound like you're trying to be diplomatic.
I'm trying to be diplomatic because I don't want to say too crazy,
man.
but like, we had already established that this may not be for you,
Right.
And you know, this manager had decided to leave, right?
Right.
And so at the same time, this person like, hey, I don't think it's for me either, right?
Right.
And they started going through like why, because I was like, well, I'm gonna talk to him and see what we can figure out, because I know the business hasn't been ran the way that the business needed to be ran.
Right.
And so anyway, so I ended up having a conversation with him, and it's like, the stuff that you're telling me, we talked about this during your interview. And you told me that wasn't going to happen or wasn't going to be. And now you're saying that's the reason why you're leaving.
Hey. I mean,
And it bothered me so deeply because.
Really?
Because, like, I don't care that you necessarily left, but, like, you lost your vision, right? The apathy piece of what you say that you wanted. But now I feel like you really lied to me because we went through this during your interview.
Okay.
And you said, and because I knew that this was a potential, just because you're too nice of a person to like.
So you mad because he lied to you?
Yeah.
It's an interview, man.
I know. And this is
You know how many times I've lied to you?
But that's what I'm saying though, right? Like,
yeah.
But that's my point though, right? It's
Right.
like, I can't be friends with you after that.
So you ain't my friend no more?
No, I mean, if like it's hard for me.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
It's hard for me to like.
Well, why would you? Because I mean, it shows in their character.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I mean, that was my issue. I mean, me lying. Of course, it was to get the job.
Right.
But me lying to you wasn't me lying to you. I was lying to me. Mm-hmm. Like you mentioned before. Mm-hmm. I was lying to me because I needed this job. So I'm like, okay, I can make this work. I can do that.
Yeah.
Do this.
Yeah.
And now, when a situation arrive, again, what you say, my character couldn't.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? So maybe that was one of the things. But even though I wouldn't expect you to be my friend anyway.
Well, I mean, it's just Cause like I always tell people like, man, no matter what kind of, you know, whether you work here or not, like I always got your back. I always
cool, right?
Yeah, like that's who I am. Cause I believe my belief in Christ is bigger than
the job.
Yeah, it's like it's bigger than that, right?
Right.
So no matter how we necessarily, you know, what happens here,
right?
I'm like, if you call me at 2:00 in the morning and you need something, like I'm not gonna be like no because you don't work with me no more. Like nah.
Right.
But with somebody, when I feel like I'm being deceptive, when I feel like when somebody's being deceptive to me,
right,
that part is hard for me to.
Yeah.
To.
I mean, he at that point he might was. If you felt it, you know what I mean? Because sometimes I can't charge it to logistics or what's logical.
Mm-hmm.
I might have to charge it to your intuition.
Yeah.
Maybe you felt it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And maybe you okay, nah, this is a character defect, you know. What you call that, defect?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
but you know, that's doobies, right?
doobies.
You're gonna have to deal with attrition. People are gonna quit on you, and I'm growing in this side of it.
Right.
But just be prepared for that, because like when you are a leader, people are gonna want to tell you
right
things that you want to hear,
right?
Or they feel like you want to hear.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you got to be okay with that. I don't know. Maybe you do, but what you do have to be okay with is that people are gonna reject you.
Yeah.
People are going to lie to you.
Yeah.
They're gonna lose the vision, and then they're gonna leave you.
They're gonna leave you. That's what's up. I mean, I ain't have plenty of people left me though.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I can't entrepreneurship, bro. I just feel like either way, it's all on you. So I mean, if they leave, then
yeah.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
so yeah.
And I think that's when like you really got to understand that like God got a bigger
vision, yeah,
you know, for you, right? And that's where you really got to lean on that, because
right,
like everything that happens to you happens for you.
That's definitely true,
right? Definitely. And I look back on it, right, and I'm like, dang, it worked out.
It worked out, right?
Like, it worked out. I'm glad that because it would have just been dead weight, right? And it would have been, you know, like, and you know, this particular branch is killing it right now, right? And it's like we got the right leaders in there. We got, you know, and I feel like we can obviously still continue to grow and continue to go forward.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it always works out.
See, to that point, this may be off topic, may not be, but leaders, entrepreneurs, go-getters, God's giving you a vision to do business or be in leadership. One thing I'm learning is that it's not my vision. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We become so caught up on my vision. It's my vision. We forget that it's not our vision. It was given. Because with that perspective of my vision, then you're not accepting the fact that there may be another person for the vision. You know what I mean? Like we think it's our vision so much to the point where we want to control everything around the vision. You know what I mean? This person leave, but I saw that person. But God have somebody else, because it's not your vision. It's not your vineyard.
Right.
It's his vineyard.
Right.
You know what I mean? That person, going back to the last pod, he wasn't producing. You had to cut that branch off, man. You know, so that you can produce more. Let me bring somebody else on. And you just have to understand that it's not your vision. God is giving other people parts to the vision that he's giving you. Just got to welcome people on. If they're not producing, if they're not, just not part of the vision. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
So I'm going to end it with the, you got a scripture?
Nah, just a little exhortation there.
Okay. All right. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm going to end it with the lyric of the day. Lyric of the week, sorry. Lyric of the week. Come from Tyler, the Creator.
Tyler!
He says, I'm sorry. I'm sorry we ain't as close as we should have been. Sorry to my old friends. The story we could have wrote if our egos didn't take the pen, right?
Right.
And like, what is that lyric saying for me, right? So I'm sorry we ain't as close as we should have been, right? So, and like sometimes, man, like different things get in the way,
right,
of friendship sometimes, right? And
right.
different things do get in the way of the success.
True.
Because you have this vision that you're gonna make it with these group of people,
right?
And that you're gonna be able to, really. But sometimes egos do get in the way,
right? And
sometimes those people do become old friends, and you gotta just, you gotta keep it moving.
Keep it moving. You
gotta keep it moving because it ain't your fault that it happened that way. It's God's design.
That's true.
So,
well, me, I just suck at friendship, man. Nah, real talk. Like, I only have the capacity to keep up with a few at a time. I'm trying to say this not in a comedic or comedy way because there are some good people that I was cool with, especially from my last job. And I don't talk to them, like I haven't talked to them in I don't know how long, but we were mad close. Yeah. And I feel bad like every day. I see them on Facebook, like I should reach out to them. But then life just gets in the way.
Just hit them up when you see it. Just send them, hey man, you look great. Love the family. Keep it moving.
That's a whole conversation, bro. That's going to be a whole conversation.
What you mean? Just leave a comment under the picture.
What if I get a phone call, though?
Just talk to them. That means you ain't got the effort. You ain't got to put the effort in at that point. They calling you. You good. you just.
Your perspective is wild.
What
man.
You mean?
Not in a bad way, but.
I'm just saying.
You gotta put, what's up?
Yeah, what's up? Like, let them carry the conversation. They called you. They doing the heavy lifting. Hey, that's a win for me in my book. Somebody, like, I'm gonna tell you, man, like, cause I'm not the best with keeping up with people, like myself, right?
Yeah.
But if somebody called me, I'm gonna have a conversation with them. But there's a good chance that they're gonna have to carry that conversation. There's a good chance that they're gonna have to carry it. But sometimes they don't. Sometimes it just naturally flows. But like, it's not on me to carry the conversation because you called me.
Balls in your court,
buddy. Balls in your court, man. So I put my little comment. You called me. Hey, great. Oh.
With that said,
simple.
With that being said, man, you good, man?
I'm great. Great.
Y'all be sure to like, share, subscribe,
and call them.
I just don't have the time, bro. Like, I kid you not. Anyway, like, subscribe, share this information. You call me, you going to voicemail.
Dang.
I'm taking that part off, definitely, because, but anyway, like, subscribe, and share this information. Hit the bell.
Hit the bell.
Hit the bell, man. Let's get this podcast out of here, man. And we out of here.
We out.
All right. Peace. Stick and move, we can get it done. Call it unity, it ain't no way around it. Cultivating, we get motivation from the big guy. We don't play about him. Going hard for the game, showing love, on tolerate.